Hey everyone, it's Nichol Spohr here for Spellbinders, and today I'm going to share a set of 6 cards I created with the Spellbinders October 2018 card kit. This is a gorgeous card kit. This is really just a fraction of what you can create with the kit, and I really made some die cut heavy cards. I'm going to show you what I made first, and then we'll dive into the actual card creation. These were all created on World Card Making Day, and it was really fast. These cards feature pattern paper from the kit, mirror cardstock from the kit, and these gorgeous die cuts. Again, this is only a fraction of the die cuts you get in the kit. You can make cards with this. You can make scrapbook pages with this. This kit is phenomenal. So amazing. This little hello was actually a tag I cut down and made it work with the design of my card. Some of the cards are very die cut heavy. In fact, most of them are. I love the die cuts. I think they're stunning. They're beautiful. They've got some of that mirror foil look to them. So do some of the pattern papers. Look at these little houses. I could not pick. I actually used all 6 of them from the kit on one card, popped some up with foam adhesive. All of the cards have a little bit adhered with foam adhesive. And then, of course, this is Spellbinders. They have included an amazing die set in this kit, and I created a card with the cardstock from this kit and the dies. So let's dive into the 3 cards that are super die cut heavy first. I guess all of them are, but let's do the portrait style first. And I have trimmed down one of the pattern papers from the kit. I will be linking at the end of this video. Those are the cards and envelopes you get, by the way. You get 10 card bases and 10 envelopes. So I made 6. I had really wanted to get to 10, but I just didn't have all day to work on my cards. I actually didn't start till about 2 in the afternoon. And if you guys know or follow me already, you know that I kind of create a little bit more labor-intensive cards. And I don't create this many cards in a day, not ever. So this was a super huge treat for me to get 6 cards made. And I got all of these made, I'm not kidding, in an hour and a half. And that was with a couple of distractions along the way. I bet I could have got all of them done in an hour if I hadn't had other things going on. So just really fun. I also want to mention that I used the large Die of the Month Club kit dies for October 2018 for some cards I made, and I used product from this kit for those cards as well, including that mirror cardstock, the foil cardstock I'm using here, and pattern papers. So while I didn't exactly get my 10 cards just from this kit made, I did incorporate products from this into other cards I've created. So just a little idea of the value you get with this kit and how many cards you can create. I trimmed down my foil cardstock and I'm framing up my pattern paper strip on my card base. I love doing strips on cards, but I also really kind of like framing it up, if you will. So I'm going to just trim off these little extra pieces. You can save them for something else if you want to, pitch them, whatever you want to do. And then we are going to start layering. And for me, I really felt like the biggest impact I could get with my die cuts, and I should have shown how many are still left, but I am a big fan, first of all, of tone on tone. So you're going to notice with this first one, it's a lot of pinks and peachy pinks, greenery with leaves, and then some yellow, just as that little pop of color. And then, of course, the beautiful rose gold foil cardstock, but lots of pinks and purple, very tone on tone. The text background is that same color combination, and I'm building a collage of die cuts. And that's going to be finished not only with the beautiful florals, but there's these amazing butterflies. I want to mention with these die cuts, while we're talking about it, and I said there's tons of them in the kit, each design you see, there's 2 of. So while you're going to only see 2 butterflies on this card, that means there's 2 butterflies left that can be used for another card, you guys. I used a lot and that big floral kind of in the bottom right corner, I only used one of those, so there's another one of those left. I did use both yellow, I used both of the green, I used the 2 small individual flowers. I'm popping some of the elements up with foam adhesive. Most of the foam adhesive squares you're going to see in this video are actually in the kit. When I ran out, I had to dive into my own stash. There is also some tape adhesive. I did use tape adhesive I had in my stash because it's a little thinner than what you get. I think what you get in the kit is about 1/4 of an inch wide. And I needed about 1/8 of an inch. But you can use that as your adhesive for adhering your strips to the pattern paper strips to your cardstock, maybe, or your card bases rather. You can use it to adhere the paper strips, that little strip you see in the upper left corner, that could be adhered with that tape adhesive. So you kind of get everything you need in this kit. This is another example. I've created a pattern paper strip. I framed it up with the foil cardstock. I am creating a floral collage. This time it's blue on blue. These blues are gorgeous. There's that fantastic butterfly. You will see that large floral. I only used one of those, but I'm going to use both small ones. I'm going to use the other large floral in another card. These blues are beautiful. They look like watercolored flowers without all the extra work. That's part of the reason you can get so many cards done in a short amount of time, is the work is done for you here. And I think these are just gorgeous. And I love the foiling on them. Look at these leaves here that have foiling. The butterfly has a little foiling. Now I'm going to take my little word strip here, also a die cut, so that means there's another one of these in the kit. And I'm going to pop that up on my card with foam adhesive. And then that word celebrate is part of the die set that comes in the kit. So celebrate is going to be used with Life is Better With You. I think this would be a great like anniversary card or something like that. And I went ahead and adhered some of that foil cardstock to Fun Foam with Stick It adhesive. The Fun Foam and Stick It adhesive are from my stash. And then I ran it through the die cutting machine, the Spellbinders Platinum die cutting machine, and I'm adhering that to my card to finish it off. Just another little tip I forgot to mention about the first card. I used some sequins on that. Those are also from the kit, you guys. This is my third card, and this is going to feature that other blue floral and the other butterfly, plus a couple of green leaves. And I used the rest of my pattern paper from the card I just made. So I'm kind of using that up. I love this. That hello was a tag. I trimmed it down so it would fit my strip. I trimmed down the Love Beyond Words die cut sentiment strip so it would fit. It's a little bit narrower strip. Don't have to keep them all the same for sure. Especially this one is a little less collage heavy, and it's really only going to have the one flower, a butterfly, and leaves. And then of course that tag and the little sentiment strip were die cuts as well. And I made them work for this card. For this one, we're going to finish it with some sequins. I'm going to adhere those with some glue dots. You could also use a liquid adhesive if you wanted to. And to give my card a little more interest, all of my cards, in fact, I have used foam adhesive. So part of the elements are adhered with foam adhesive, part are not. It just really kind of depended and where I could get that dimension that I think really added to the overall design. So we're 3 cards down now. We need to attach this butterfly. You might have noticed I'm using tweezers to hold my butterflies in place. That's because I'm using liquid glue behind the body to hold it nice and, or to glue it nice and flat to my card. And then under the wings for movement, I'm attaching those with foam adhesive. And I use tweezers to hold the body of the butterfly down until that glue is completely dry and it's secure to the card. Tweezers are my best friend for that kind of thing, and I really love having them in my craft stash. Now I decided to use a few more of the sequins for this card. And then let's move on to our landscape style die cut cards. The first is another floral design, but this time we're going to create a floral border. We're also going to use up, I had put my mirror cardstock onto that fun foam and I still had some left, so I die cut another celebrate word from that, and we're going to use that on this card with one of the sticker phrases. The thing about the sticker phrases, it was a little bit thick. I don't know if that makes sense, but they are a little wide. Maybe that's what I want to say. They're not really thick, they're wide. And I like a little bit thinner strip, and I couldn't decide if I wanted it directly on my card base or popped up, although I really prefer popped up. So I'm putting it back on my sticker sheet and trimming it down just because I felt like it was easier to do it on the sticker sheet. And then I'm going to pop this up with foam adhesive and pop that right under the word celebrate. I'm a big fan of a die cut scripty dimensional word with a little phrase underneath, whether it's these sticker phrases, die cut phrases from the kit, or maybe it's a stamped phrase from your own supplies, which you're going to see on my final card share today. Now this is a little bit thinner strip. I think I started a little too wide. I'm actually going to have to remove this and trim it down a little bit. And then I am using 6 flowers to create a border. So that just a little touch of that pattern paper is going to show along the bottom edge, but it adds a lot of interest. And then I'm layering these beautiful flowers. This would be a great card for any sort of celebration, birthday, just very, very pretty, very feminine. There's lots of that foil along the flowers, which ties back in to our die cut sentiment. It ties into the foil of the sentiment strip, and then it's going to tie into the sequins that we use. Again, a very easy card, but very effective and very pretty. I'm trimming off any excess off the edges of my card. We will add some sequins. Just going to pop those, kind of layer those around my card to see where all I want to put them, and then glue those down with some glue dots to finish it off. Now I really tried to stick to only components from the kit. My next 2 cards are going to feature just a couple of small things from my own stash. You definitely would not have to do this. You can only use kit components if you want to, but I think they're small enough things that you might have something similar in your stash. And again, the majority of the card, the guts of the card, are all from the kit. This is going to be my house border. This is probably my favorite pattern paper from the pattern paper kit. And you'll know why when you see, if you haven't seen already, my large die of the month club kit cards, which I'll link to again at the end of this video. I use this pattern paper, and then there's one that I think looks kind of like an ocean or beach in the background. I didn't use it today, but it's my other favorite. I had a viewer say it could also be mountains, which I totally agree with, and I love that. And so I have that piece of paper set aside to use for something maybe with more of a mountain feel later on. Some of my houses are adhered directly to the card base. Some are popped up with foam adhesive. This adds interest. It's also super fast and easy. And those die cuts, so cute. Now I am going to figure out the best place to put my greeting, and I'm using this banner that says celebrate every day. And then we're going to use 2 more stickers from that sticker sheet in the kit, but we're going to trim these down as well and adhere them directly to the card. We're going to use It's the Little Things and Love You. I originally thought I would use this one. I did not. I put it back on my sticker sheet to save for another card. Again, I found it easier to die cut them right on the sticker sheet, or not die cut them, I'm sorry, trim them down, whether you use scissors or a trimmer like you saw me do there. And then I'm simply adding my little phrases. The final thing I'm going to do, and this is not in the kit, these are actually from Honeybee Stamps, and they're little candy heart foam hearts that I glued in place on my card. I thought they added really cute touch to the design. You can see I've also used them on my all die cutting card. So I'm actually not going to use any of the pre-made die cuts on this card, and instead I am using all of the cardstock also in this kit. No pattern paper here, but all of the cardstock and most of the dies from the die collection. The only thing I'm not using are some leaves and maybe a flower and then that little flourish. I also didn't use the word celebrate for this card. I did use it on some other cards. So still a lot of dies. And I have the dies there on the right, so you can see how many you get. That's a great value in itself, not to mention all the cardstock pattern paper, die cuts, stickers, sequins, adhesives, cards, envelopes that come in this kit. It's a great value, y'all. It's just really awesome. So I am assembling my house. I love this house. I could see this for so many cards. I think it's darling. You guys know me. I am a scene builder kind of girl. So anytime I can build a scene, and this is a great set for that, I am all over it. The fence was die cut from the mirror cardstock. The border along the bottom, that's cardstock from the kit. The house, all cardstock from the kit. All layered, put in place. I inlaid the yellow in the windows so that it would look like lights are shining through. And then even the little flowers and leaves from the kit, we're going to tuck those into the fence for a little pop of color. I'm also using some more of those little honeybee stamps, red hearts. A little pop of red, never hurt anything. My sentiment is actually from the Simon Says Stamp Tiny Words stamp set. I stamped it on some of the black cardstock, again from the kit, trimmed it into a strip, and popped it underneath. I really felt like this really worked great for this particular card design, so I went ahead and dug into my stash for a stamp here. And I know you guys will do the same. Everyone has different stamps and dies in their stash that you want to mix and match with the products you're getting in the kit. Once I'm done, I'm going to put glossy accents in the center of my flowers for some little raised flower centers, and my all die cut card is all finished. I hope this has inspired you to have some fun with the Spellbinders card kit of the month. Thanks for joining me today for this set of 6 cards featuring the October 2018 Spellbinders card kit of the month. The supplies I used to create these cards are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe for card making and stamping videos. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.